lifelong partner. And I found that person in Miss Marilyn. My name is Ingram. I'm currently 75 years old. I was born in Guyana.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Matthew and Carlene channel. Today, we are going over, well, an older Passport Bros journey. So, let's get into it.
It used to be called British Guyana. It's on the northern coast of South America. I left there in 1968, resided in the U.S. Have I ever been married before? Yes, I have. The lady sitting next to me, what is our current status? Yes, we are engaged and we plan to be married. What ultimately made me start dating abroad, as I mentioned earlier, I was born in South America. It's a tropical country. It's on the northern coast of South America. I've resided in the United States for the past 56 years. I really want to get away from the cold. So there are several countries I've looked at. Guyana, where I was born, is one of them. Barbados, Panama, Belize, and the Philippines. I happened to be on YouTube one day and I saw an interview being done of expats.
Bro, I can completely relate to you. I can. When I first heard about Passport Bros and dating abroad, I looked into a bunch of countries. I really did. Colombia, etc., you name it. I eventually wound up in the Philippines, where I met Carlene. And yes, I don't like the cold either. I really don't. I honest God just can't stand it. Same as you.
Living in Dumaguete. I started to pay attention. I said, wait a minute. This looks like a place I might want to go check out. So I started looking at more and more and more and more. And I joined. I looked at several profiles. I saw Marilyn's profile, this beautiful young lady here. And I kept going back to it. I would look somewhere else, and I kept going back to her profile. The other thing I really didn't care for is going to the banquets, sitting at a table with several women for a certain amount of minutes, and then move to another table, and I was like fishing. I didn't want to do.
Well, my fellow Passport Bro, I can completely relate to you. Our expats, whichever one you want to call yourself. But yeah, I can completely relate to you on this one. Because, I'll be honest with you, for me, it was kind of like a candy shop. Yeah, I could have done the tours and gone to those banquets and be talking to multiple women. But for the more one-on-one treatments. And, yeah, it didn't matter how many profiles I looked, how many women I talked to when I was doing this Passport Bro thing. Still doing it. I always just kept coming back to Carlene's profile, and we just talked for video calls, for video chat. I didn't do the international dating tour you did. We met through Filipino Cupid. But yeah, I wouldn't change it at all. I really wouldn't.
That. So I ended up sticking with Marilyn. I found out what I needed to do to get in contact with her. I was told I need to sign, I need to get an Ember form, I think it's called. And if she signs it, her information would be released, and that's exactly what happened. And here we are, and I say, yes! Marilyn and I corresponded. We met last December on the site, and we corresponded, texting back and forth until June, when she signed the Ember form. And then we have been video chatting several times a day since then. Do I think there are advantages to writing letters before physically coming to meet the person? I think so. I think you can learn if you are keen, if you pay attention to people. You pay attention to their communication, the way they communicate, the words they use, which you can be fooled, but someone will have to be very good to maintain that sense of deceitfulness for a long or continually rather.
My bro, you are completely speaking me and Carlene's song. You really are. That's how we discovered that we were for real. We literally just got the basic concept of dating down, which was long, very open, non-trigger conversations on face-to-face on an everyday basis. Because yeah, I agree with you. There are people out there who will try to deceive you and try to scam you. But there's a limited amount of time someone can keep up that deception. Especially if you know what you're keeping an eye out for. There really is.
As we began to communicate, I began to learn things about her. You know, I think just from the communication, and then more so when the video started. But this is strictly written we're speaking about. I picked up a few things. I felt that she was an honest, sincere person, just from her certain words that she used. And I took the chance. I think in addition, I think there's a time and a place for you to meet the right person. I just felt something there. As I said earlier, I kept going back to her profile and I would read it and read it and read it again. I would look somewhere else and I kept going back. I would read it and read it again. I said, yes, this is the one here. And we have been in communication for, this is our 12th month now. The end of this month will be 12 months. We've been communicating, first by writing, and then the last, since June. I don't recall when in June, in the first mid-June, we started communicating. And we've been on the phone, video chatting every day since June, yeah. So the plan was in motion, really, to come to the Philippines. It worked out greatly that I met her through AFA, and instead of going to stay in a hotel, she said, you know, you can stay at my place. And I said, fine, that's great. We both saved some money and I could stay here longer. Because if I'd gone to a hotel, I would not have spent more than 2 weeks. Right now, I do not plan to leave until the end of February. I was looking for a woman who I felt. Ultimately, what I was looking for in a woman, I was looking for someone who I sensed to be loyal, sincere, would be faithful, trustworthy. Someone who I felt would make a good companion. As I mentioned, I've been married before a few times, and I'm willing to do this one more time, and that's it. I'm looking for, well, I'm not looking anymore. I was looking for a potential lifelong partner, and I found that person in Miss Marilyn. I'm here. This is a real woman, all woman. From here,
My bro, 100% relate to you. 100%. Carlene, she completely checks all my boxes of what I'm looking for in a life partner. Carlene was definitely a real woman from head to toe. You name it. For Carlene, I learned that there's a difference between a woman who's wife material and a woman who you just want to talk to and then leave. There really is. And yeah, same here. I had a couple of bad experiences trying to make the local Western Dane market work out. Pretty bad. Became a passport bro, and I'll admit it was a complete total breath of fresh air. It really was. Well, thank you so much for watching this channel. If you guys like this content, by all means, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, look us up on Patreon, leave a comment, and you keep at it, bros. You keep at it.